Hey guys, and welcome back for another content of Ragnarok M Classic. And in this video, we are going to have an in-depth explanation of the Warlock's Master Skill 2. I have received an invitation to test for the future patch of Ragnarok M Classic, and this includes the second line of Master Skill, which in this case, I did test my clone character from the official server, so I can really compare its damage and performance. And before we proceed, I just want to do a quick shoutout to our sponsor. Does your phone overheat when grinding your character in-game? Or do you have a lot of accounts to grind at the same time without compromising your device? Then it's time for you to try the LD Cloud. LD Cloud is an Android cloud phone that uses the cloud server, not your phone. It's an app where you can play any games that you want without worrying about your phone's storage or even the RAM usage, as the app itself is very light to use. The LD Cloud will take care of that, so having multiple instances while grinding 24/7 is possible, and your device would not be compromised. So if you are interested, you can try a 24 hours trial for new users by clicking my link on the description. Take note that this server is a CBT, and we are performing some testing here regarding the bugs that needs to be fixed, features that can be adjusted, and skills that can be very overwhelming in terms of damage and performance. And I know some Warlock fans out there are eager to check the Master Skill 2, so without further ado, let's start with the active skill, the Crimson Magic Arrow. The name has been changed from the Crimson Demon Arrow, which is the rough translation, and it does make sense actually. So the skill fires an arrow of flames in the target direction, dealing fire element magic damage based on magic attack to enemies within a 3x8 meter rectangular area. The first damage is the explosion. That is the active skill itself, and it deals a large amount of damage that cannot be nullified by the Land Protector of Sages. Yes, you can still cast this even with a Land Protector in that area. But let's continue, and I'll show you where the Land Protector will take effect. It creates an explosion at the endpoint, dealing additional fire damage based on magic attack to enemies within the fire meter radius at the endpoint. So as you can see this arrow indicated here, this is the area of effect, and the endpoint of that arrow still has a 4 meter radius explosion, just like the range of the meteor storm. Now let's go to the first passive, the Flammable End Explosion. Crimson Magic Arrow's explosion at its endpoint deals magic damage twice. Yes, only the endpoint explosion, but the damage of the second explosion is reduced to 50% at its max. From this video, it's really hard to see because the first and second explosion is overlapping. However, this passive is negated by the Land Protector of Sage. Only the second explosion, which is kinda sad but fair to be honest. So I think it's just better to leave this on level 1 to save some more zennies. Flame Pillar Barrier passive generates fire pillars along its path when you use the Crimson Magic Arrow, and it lasts for 10 seconds. In addition, fire pillars can reduce the enemy's movement speed by 25% at its max. So this one right here, you can see the fire pillars after casting the Crimson Magic Arrow. That's where the second passive takes effect. And these fire pillars right here can be negated by the Land Protector of Sages. And the last passive is the Blazing Fortress. Crimson Magic Arrow will generate the giant fire pillar with a 3 meter radius at the endpoint, just like where I indicated earlier, and it lasts for 10 seconds also. This is the Blazing Fortress. This giant fire pillar deals damage for every 0.3 seconds. The damage is still the same as the small fire pillars, but it hits much faster, and can also be blocked by the Land Protector of Sages, so you need to position your skills. In addition, if you are within the range of the fire pillar, you will continuously gain the Flame Guardian buff, which can absorb damage equal to your magic attack times 250% when maxed out. And the Flame Guardian lasts for 2 seconds. This might be really great for Warlock to have more defensive capability. As you can see here, it has 2 rotating flames that indicated the Flame Guardian buff. Crimson Magic Arrow has a 7-second cooldown with a 1.5-second cast delay. So you can just use another skill like Meteor Storm that has a 5.5-second cooldown, and Flame Dash for added DPS. So for your auto skill slot, put the Prepare for Elite first, followed by the Crimson Magic Arrow, then Meteor Storm, and last will be the Flame Dash. Now this should rotate smoothly, and with this you will deal a lot of fire element damage. My advice for Warlock players that are saving some zennies and they wanna know what skill to prioritize early on, this is my opinion. First, you go level 3 with the active skill, then level 1 with the first, second, and third passive. Now, if you just wanna focus on the PvE side, I recommend you to max the active skill and the first passive skill, as these two will boost your damage even higher. You can also slowly upgrade the third passive as it helps you with the defense. For PvP, this is great for GVG because of the AoE it deals, and it can also slow down enemies on its path. So if you are more focused on PvP, I recommend you maxing out the active skill, level 1 for the first passive, and then max the second passive for a much lower movement speed debuff to players that is caught by the fire pillars. Then you still slowly upgrade the third passive to give you more defensive capability. Now, what is my conclusion about this Crimson Magic Arrow as a Warlock? This Warlock second master skill is a good addition to fire element skills. It can be combo with a Meteor Storm and Flame Dash for continuous fire damage. However, if you are still a newbie F2P Warlock that is confused on what master skill to get, whether it's the MS1, the Ghost skill, or the MS2, the fire skills, I'd still recommend you to get the Ghost skill first to have much more flexibility in terms of element counters. You have the Meteor Storm that is a fire skill damage, and adding a Ghost skill damage, the master skill one is a really great element combo. However, if you want to go directly to the master skill 2, you will really suffer from other instances, like facing a fire or water element monsters, as it will reduce your fire damage by a lot, which will make your DPS drop. Also, the common element damage in PvP is mostly fire element, so players will most likely equip a fire damage reduction cards, now with the addition of Warlock's MS2. And some of them will consume fire immunity alloy, which will greatly affect your damage overall. So that is why in this channel, I always say that if you are an F2P and are managing some of your zennies for gears and master skill, just better go for the MS1 first. But if you already have the MS1 and have some good amount of zennies saved, then it is also good to invest in MS2 to have different kinds of playstyle. Lapakgaming is the most affordable top-up site that has a guaranteed safe transaction with a 10 times money back guarantee. They have a lot of games that you can top up discounted prices here, like Mobile Legends, Ragnarok Origin, and of course the Ragnarok M Classic. All you need to do is to select the product that you want. For example, here is the Calf Log that costs only 1,573 pesos in the Lapakgaming, while you are buying it in-game, it may cost for around 1,700 pesos. That's almost a 180 pesos discount. Then from here, choose the payment method, enter the character UID that is located on your in-game profile, and they have special discount of up to 5% off on all Ragnarok M Classic top-ups. Just type EVENTROMC on the promo code. Click the use promo to get your special discount. After that, complete the payment process by clicking the buy now. That's easy, and you will get the product that you have purchased instantly after the payment is complete. So what are you waiting for? Click my link in the description and on the comments section, then top up now. Lapakgaming, 10 times money back guarantee. My last concern about the Warlock's Crimson Magic Arrow is the fixed positioning of the skill. This is, I think, your main problem if the target is moving frequently. The endpoint explosion along with the giant fire pillar is fixed to a certain distance, and you can cast it wherever you want, like the Meteor Storm. It really needs to be positioned well. And for my final thoughts, the Crimson Magic Arrow is a strong master skill. It's not a must-have, but it is certainly good to have. If you find this video helpful, then please leave a like. Also subscribe to support my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe and have an awesome day. Lights out.